Hello, welcome back to BBT. I am your co-host Joseph, and I am with.
Oh, normally, normally you also say, okay, my fault. Normally you say, and my co-host, and then I lead in.
Yeah, I
It's
can't do
your
everything,
co-host,
buddy.
Matt. I'm also here. Yeah, unsurprisingly, I'm here today too.
Yeah, I can't really do too much by myself, unfortunately. I have to get piggybacked by this guy. As always, happy National Licorice Day, and happy National Only Child Day.
That's I don't know about I don't know about that second one, but the liquor. I don't.
Licorice,
Are
really? Are you a
you
licorice
partial to?
boy?
Why are red vines licorice? That's licorice,
That's
right?
red licorice. Yeah, I cannot
Okay, yeah,
stand
that's
black
good.
licorice.
The
That shit is
black, I
disgusting,
really
man.
don't. I was gonna say I really don't mind it, but I also don't really get the hate for it because
I do
like
hate it, dude. That shit is
I've had
disgusting.
I've had very small interaction with black licorice in my life, but I know that you're unpopular if you enjoy it.
It kind of
It's
seems like a World War II ration type of thing. Like Turkish delight. Like it's one of those
your,
desserts that you
your
hear
pack of
about.
smokes. Yeah,
Yeah.
your pack of smokes and your black licorice.
I love lunch.
Wartime rations.
Lunch. Yeah. Oh, this one's what the
Okay,
heck?
well,
So this one is the second Saturday in April. Happy baby massage day.
cool.
Happy
Good for
Diddy
them,
Day.
man.
Yeah,
They're
happy
gonna.
Diddy Day.
It's gonna be a relaxing day.
Good stuff. Okay, well, okay. So last episode we were going to talk about the topic for today, which is music, but we kind of got
Yeah.
sidetracked. So now we can actually talk about music in the correspondence of not getting caught up on gambling, because apparently we had a lot to say about that. So
We're real players, yeah.
yeah, it was funny
Um,
because halfway through you were like, "Aren't we supposed to get through to like music?" I was like, "Dude, we're fucking 30
I
minutes in.
didn't
We're not we're transitioning into this, buddy."
honestly, I didn't even know it was that long, but I guess we're so knowledgeable about the subject because we're veterans in the gambling field.
When you
We
talk
could
about
just
what you
go on and
love,
on about
when
it.
you talk about what you love, it's easy, isn't it?
Um, the gameplay this week is, I think, probably Hell Let Loose again, unless you captured something else.
No, yeah, no.
Uh,
In this episode, so we
I've
actually
been
didn't
trying
upload
to.
last week's to YouTube.
Yeah,
So
we didn't upload last week because my dude, I hate that. Like when you record stuff and you're watching a show, it knows that you're watching like shows on your second screen now.
so it's like,
So I was like 45, 50 minutes into a game recording, and then I threw on Daredevil because I want to watch the new season, and and I didn't say it wasn't like recording stopped or anything. It was like just turn it off. And then I finished my game like another hour later. It's just like, nah, you don't have
actually
enough,
nothing.
buddy. Sorry.
Wait,
Hope
they're
it was
still
yeah.
making Daredevil episodes?
Well, there was three seasons of like Daredevil the show,
Yeah.
and then like a couple months ago, I think they made Daredevil Born Again, which
Oh,
is like a not a spin-off, but it's like a continuation of it. So it still has
it's still
it's like
the
it's
same
yeah,
guy.
he's back. He's pretty
He's
much back,
back,
yeah.
and he's still
And that
blind.
show is good. I know it's like 10 years old, but that show is still pretty good. Like
It was good. Yeah, I really
the
did enjoy it.
writing, and he scraps. He gets down in that show. He starts wailing on people like crazy.
Yeah, no, I don't know about you.
It's a good show.
It was always funny to me whenever like you hear about like a comic accurate person's like powers and abilities. They kind of gave Daredevil. They kind of did him dirty a little bit. Like he throws down like MMA style, right? But in like the
Yeah.
comics, that he gets down. He gets down. He gets down. I don't even know how to
It's
explain it other
well,
than that. Like it's insane.
I bet, man. No, he's crazy, and so that's a good show. So that's what I lost our.
Gameplay for last
That's
week.
what I
So
lost.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I lost last week's video upload for was for Daredevil. But
I
okay,
think
so it should be
worthwhile.
Hell Let Loose. Yeah, worthwhile. So it's Hell Let Loose. It's a World War II like military simulator. It's gonna be a lot of me like looking and like just pulling angles, but sometimes it's cool. I think I kill like some tanks and I play medic a little bit. It's fire. Um, Before we get to the music part, though, I want to say, like in the past week and a half, we have had like a influx of viewers.
Yes,
Our
yes.
yeah, our
Especially on
last
YouTube.
episode,
Yes.
yeah. So out of the three, our most recent episode has the highest view count. I think it's at 37.
Which
Maybe
doesn't
it'll be
sound like a
at
lot, but
40.
comparative to the other
Yeah,
ones,
but yeah.
is
Compared to
awesome.
us, we've done this a couple times. We've tried to do like the YouTube thing a few, not like seriously, but
Yeah.
I think 40 views is probably the farthest
It's
we've
definitely
gotten,
the
or
back.
it's or it's, or it's close.
We okay. I remember we never did YouTube. What we tried to do was we tried to do a co-op Twitch together in high school,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Except the thing was we didn't have like independent like channels. We had one channel for like both of us, so one person was streaming and the other person just had to be in the call as well. Otherwise, like it was like completely just
You
shot.
just had to sit there. Yeah.
And then also, oh no, we did
I
try, we
remember
did
that.
do. Okay, yeah, Matt and I have a history of trying to do creative stuff together. One time, I had a channel that I would upload like little like dumb at this point looking back bad videos like stupid videos, and we Matt and I tried to do like this recreation of the Rocks eating challenge, and we never got we never finished the video because some of the footage was so bad. But yeah, honestly, that memory of that day was really good. I think one of the funniest things that we never really talk about too much about in that instance is Matt. Do you remember when my sister came up and I yelled at her because the pizza was cold and floppy?
That was crazy. She was your little like
She was like legit like
not
seven.
servant, but yeah,
She
like
was like
housemaid.
seven.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, this is wrong. It's cold. Do it again.
Do
You
it
cooked
again.
it wrong. This is my first introduction to your sister. It's like,
Hi.
yeah,
Oh,
it is a
pizza
little
it is a little
yeah.
cold. Yeah. You
You
can
might
throw it
want
in
to
it
put
for
it
a
back
little
in
bit
the
longer.
oven.
But yeah,
That's
so
funny.
this is definitely the most we've ever gotten for views. So thank you to everybody, whether it be like the people that we've shown, anybody that's just randomly watching. Thank you. It really does, even with like this small amount, it really does mean a lot to see work viewed.
Yeah,
To see your work
especially
viewed as.
yes, especially in the last week because we've a few if you've listened in the last week and a half and you're one of like the more recent people that have heard about it. um I think me and Joe want to say from the bottom of our hearts, what took you so
Yeah,
long?
what took you so
Why
four
we've been
fucking
doing this
weeks?
for a few weeks. Yeah, like you didn't hear about it the first
Right.
time we advertised. Why are you just starting to tune in now?
Sometimes I'll press my coworkers. I was like, "Did you watch it?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Did you? Yeah, what did I say? Yeah, what did I
Yeah.
say 50 minutes
One
in?
time,
What were
one
we
time, I,
talking
one
about?
time, I caught one of them lying, and she was like, "Yeah, I watched it." I was like, "Oh yeah," like I knew she probably didn't. So I was like, "Oh, did you like the gameplay of blah blah blah?" It was the game that you didn't play, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like, I love that game." I was like, "You lying bitch! I know you didn't fucking watch it."
I
I was
know
like,
you weren't. Yeah, no specific drive. It wasn't Space Marine.
but yeah, so
That's
seriously,
funny.
thank you a lot. Thank you a ton. It means a lot. Okay, so now we can get back into the final over not final, what we're trying to actually talk about for the past 2 weeks. Music. Right. So
Yeah, music.
I would say that Matt it's kind of funny. The three mediums that we've chosen, movies, games, and music, Matt has a pretty good category and pretty good like catalog of like stuff he likes and he listens to. He listens to some avant-garde shit sometimes.
You think it's avant-garde? It's good,
No,
man.
man, I want
Yeah,
to. I want to say that time that we were driving home from that party one time, and you scared our roommate.
I
That was
scared
some
you.
avant-garde
That-
shit,
okay,
man.
okay. One, that's I
Anyway,
know what you're
let's get back.
talking
Let's get
about.
back
I
into that
didn't
later.
scare
Let's get
him.
back into that later. Into that story later. But yeah,
Alright.
okay. So as we do with all like the medium stuffs, how about you give us a couple of favorites, then I'll give a couple of favorites as well. Songs, artists,
Yeah,
whatever,
well,
projects.
I'll just do like musical background, I guess. So like, just so you know where I um. So why I like music so much, I guess, is well, I did like band in like middle school and stuff. So there was always an appreciation for like line music, but also like hearing people play music because I know it's really, really hard and not
Eh,
everyone can do it because I can. Yeah, all right,
eh,
bro. I've heard you play. I've heard you play.
eh.
That's all I'm saying. No, but there's something respectable about people like, learning this instrument and being good enough to like actively perform or do something. So when I was younger, that's what I enjoyed listening to was like band type stuff.
Type beat.
So yeah, type beat. So like Wings or like Steely Dan.
You like Steely
This was
Dan?
like, oh wow, how could you tell?
Oh
How what happened?
no.
Oh no.
Oh
Those are like
no.
the Beatles and the Doobie Brothers. This is like oldies type stuff. So, but it's like practical band. So that's where my foundation was, but also it was like 2000, what was it, 2014, 2012. So like Kendrick Lamar was doing his thing.
Oh, I
And
love
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Yeah, I love
Kendrick.
Kendrick. Well, okay, so K Dot was doing his thing. He was just starting to do his albums, and Drake was not as weird as he is now. Uh,
I gotta say,
and there
man,
was a
listen
bunch
back
of
to the to some of his old songs. Nine is a banger, man. I decided last
I
night I
can't,
would die for it. I was like, dang, man. And now, and now he just be doing what he do,
I
you know.
can't. I'm not even gonna lie. There's some songs that I can't go without
I
because like just hold on, we're going. I got my eyes on you.
yeah.
Everything that I need, I want your hot. That's so fire. For decades, that's been fire to me. So I can't. But he's weird though, so
He is a little bit weird.
maybe you gotta separate the art from the artist just a little teeny tiny eensy weensy
Oh, so
teensy
you
bit.
like Kanye? Oh, so what you're
That's
saying is
not
you
what I said.
FW
That's not what I
Kanye then
said. That's
with
not
the
what
new
I said.
stuff.
Okay, yeah. So like contemporary like rap stuff was what I also got into because my parents got me like a set of beats back when those were cool.
And let me tell you,
So it
okay,
was
wait, pause. Let me tell you, he wore these motherfuckers out. And he wore these
oh
motherfuckers
yeah,
every single day.
oh yeah,
I
man.
literally, anytime that like I was talking about Matt to people that who didn't know who he was, I'd be like, like the guy who wore like the wear around, like the wear around beats. And like, oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
well, I had these busted up pair of solos when they first came out. They got them for me in 2008 when they first came out. So I had those little like garbage beats, but then I upgraded. And then when we were in high school, our football team sold like these coupons that you can go sell to like neighborhoods. Uh, that you could go sell them to neighborhoods, and you'd be like, "Please support our sports program, and you'll be able to get an ice cream for free at some point, maybe."
Maybe if you actually remember you have it. You won't,
Yeah,
but
so I what and there were prizes. So there was like a duffel bag, and there was some nice gloves, or like did they do cleats? They did socks. I
they
know
did
that.
they cleats? I think they did socks and gloves. I think
Yeah,
yeah, I think I don't think they did cleats. That would have been
the,
wild.
but the grand prize for the person who sold the most was a pair of blue, brand new Beats Studio headphones, and I was like, I need
Need that.
those. I need that. So I pedaled so much. You know, our mutual Ian. Okay,
Okay,
Ian.
yeah. Okay.
I can't. He had family, and that I knew, and he was also a part of our football team. So I peddled to his family. I beat him to
Oh my
his own
god,
family, and
that's
I sold those
crazy.
cards to them. I sold to every neighbor. I sold to everyone I could possibly think of, and my parents can possibly think of, and my parents even bought some like extra.
Okay. They're
And
like, he needs them beats
I,
now.
yeah, yeah. So I forget the exact amount, but it was like $1,000 something I had sold
That's crazy.
in
That is
in
crazy.
that, yeah, in the cards, right?
That no,
And
that's
so
insane.
and so originally it was a drawing for the headphones. It's like, okay, if you're like one of the top performers, you get a raffle ticket, and then
Yeah.
we'll pick. And but I had sold such a ridiculous amount
That they were
that
just like, come on, give it to him.
coach, yeah, he was just like, I don't think just take
Just
them.
take them. You did good.
Like you
Good
very
job.
clearly did outsold everyone else. Just take the headphones. So that's what I was rocking because that's what I won in freshman year was those head. Okay,
Oh, huh?
I'm very happy. Okay, headphones. I'm very happy with them. I'm very happy with them. But my only complaint is they advertised it as wireless.
Uh-huh.
Those MFs have wires. Those
They were
they
wired
don't
up.
they
They were
don't work
wired
without
up.
wires, man. So I was a little bummed out because my old ones were wireless. So I was walking around with this lame red cord. But that's what but that's what I was listening to. It was like Kendrick, Drake, and then 50 Cent was pretty cool.
Ooh.
The
Up in the club.
Get Rich or Die Trying. I bought that album. I used to save up, and because this was like before Spotify and Apple Music were a thing, I would save up like a few dollars and then give it to my mom so I could use her card to buy like
In high school?
songs piece by piece. No, this is a bit earlier. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
middle schoolish.
Okay, like
Yeah,
off the iPod Touch. I did
yeah,
that too. Yeah.
off the iPod Touch. That's where I listened to like 50 Cent the most was off like Apple. I still own the album on
Yeah.
my Apple ID
Also,
because I bought it so long
how
ago.
much of a scam was buying individual songs, knowing that what we
Dude, they
do
were
now?
like
They were
I
expensive too. They
don't.
were like $1
I
each.
think they were like a dollar or two each,
Yeah,
which is
and like
absolutely ridiculous.
knowing now, like I mean, like Spotify's what? Like I think they're upping the price on Spotify, unfortunately. But you know, like what? Like $10? Like
That's
nowhere more than 20. No more than 20.
our student. Did you use your student
Of course,
discount like
yeah,
these
yeah,
past few? Yeah, man, I mean, I'm honestly fine. Like, it's been $20 for 4 years
yeah.
for like Spotify for me for a year
And like with how
or
much
whatever, or like a month, or yeah,
with you listen and I listen, and like it's worth it for
it's so
sure.
worth it. Yeah,
$1 a song is crazy because like I would remember that like I wouldn't even I wouldn't buy songs in bulk because obviously I was a child, right? So I
yeah.
would just listen to the same song over and over and over again, on like a long car ride. By the end of it, I would like there was several songs. You know, okay, keep in mind this is back when they were good. There's a couple of Imagine Dragons songs that I hate now because I only had like 4 songs on my iPod Touch, so I just
Yeah.
had them playing on repeat for like hours. Anytime that we
Honestly,
did like a road trip or something. When the
radioactive
days
for
are
the
cold.
30.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was horrible.
I hated that too. Yeah, so I only could buy like the best ones. So I did like PIMP and then yeah, In the Club,
Yeah.
21 Questions. Girl, it's easy to love me now. Would you love me if I was down? But like that laid back, like groovy type
Yeah.
deal in that specific song, I think also laid the foundation
I
for
was
what
gonna
I
say that
listened
that's
to.
very similar to what you listen to now. It's very like yeah, very very you for what you're
Yeah.
listening.
So
Also,
I
when you
don't
were
know.
singing that song, I'm not sure if I was hearing the alternate version that we would sing about our friend.
We
I
took
thought you were about to sing it. I
well,
was like, what the heck? Is he about to sing it right now? What?
well, yeah, that little snippet, the girl, it's easy to love me now, is that it's just enough syllables. It's like the perfect combination of syllables that you can throw in like a person's name
Yeah.
and then like an action. So
Adjectives.
you
Yeah.
could you can tailor it to your situation and you could sing it into that tune. So that's
Yeah.
what we did. We got hooked by that for like
We did.
a few
A
months
while.
until
Yeah, a
when
while.
someone would ask us to do something and you would respond and duh, 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 duh,
Like,
and then
no. How about you? I jump off a bridge. I ain't doing all that shit. Yeah, you know, like it's just enough. It's just
start,
enough. It's just
start
long enough.
rhyming. Yeah, but that's cool. That's a good song, but it also, yeah, like you said, laid back is what I listen to normally.
Yeah,
Just like laid back, chill type stuff. So like
chill type
Smino,
beat.
chill,
Speaking of
chill
which,
type. I don't.
Spino,
Mhm.
we're actually Matt, our other friend, and I and some other people are actually going to a Smino concert this coming May. So very exciting.
That's true.
Have you been to
Yeah.
when was the last time you've been to like a real like concert?
I went to see Metallica last year
Oh,
at
sick.
down in you know where they would play.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, they were there, so I saw them. But it's been a while. We used to do like jazz bar, which well, we not used to. We did jazz bar once. So
I
that
was
was
gonna
like
say like the one time.
but that was like the last time we you know what's cool about that so okay so when we were in college we were looking for like things to do because we had just turned
I think we
21
can
or I
say
guess
where. We can say where. It's far
Oregon.
enough from
We went to college in Oregon, so
yeah.
there's a bunch of stuff coming from where we came from. There's a bunch of stuff to do in that city because it's a city, it's not a town like
Yeah.
where we are
Reside
from.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, and we had just turned 21, so it's like, okay, what do we do now that we're people? And then I think it was either me or one of our roommates that were like jazz bar,
Jazz bar.
which is
Yeah.
which is where where you can get a drink and they play live music there, and it's put on by the college. That night it was like a college guy and like his people.
Mm.
And so we went there, and I got a beer, and then I sat down, and then they started jamming. And I was like,
And they
I
jam,
never,
man.
yeah, I never heard something like that before. So, and then that's where I also listened because he played Butterfly by
Right.
Herbie Hancock that night, and that was like their main thing. It was like do 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 do.
Yeah.
Boom, and he does like a little thing. It's this crazy bass line, and that caught my ear immediately. And so I started listening to Herbie Hancock, and my mind is slipping right now. Richard Gerhard, who
Oh, I've
who did
never,
some of the soundtrack of yeah,
I've not heard of him.
yeah, that nonsense. But he did the soundtrack for Fallout New Vegas, some of it
Oh,
at least,
very cool. Okay.
and then Taxi Driver. That soundtrack is like jazzy, so I've
Yeah.
been listening to that recently because there's some cool trumpet in there.
It is. It's strange because a lot of the times I've wanted to like jazz for a while, right? You know,
Yeah.
after watching like this is gonna sound silly. After watching like La La Land and seeing like the love that well, also one of my best friends is also like a very talented and I would say successful trumpet player, right? And he like the way he talks about the music and the way that people I've seen talk about music, you know, is just like wow, like what am I missing? You know, I have that feeling of like I literally have to be missing something
Yeah,
because I don't see it that way. And you know, I've come to accept that maybe I just never will. But I have found this jazz song recently where the first time I think I was like, holy shit, these cats are cooking, man. It's called That's It by the here, let me look it up. Yeah, so actual jazz song. That's It by the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. I think they're a band over in Louisiana and New Orleans, right? And
yeah.
those cats are cooking on that song, right? And so I tried to like expand on that a little bit. And I found this other band that I like a lot. I call like the Mingus Big Band, which is one of the like I think premier jazz bands across the country. Like apparently like super well known, but there's only a couple songs that I found that are really like get me going, right? So for me at least, I like the jazz. I don't know how you feel. I like jazz that gets you like I don't even know how to properly pronounce like explain it. That gets you like it's so upbeat that you simply have to tap your foot. You know,
You're
like
compulsed.
yeah, I'm compulsed. Yeah,
You want to be entranced by the music, right?
yeah. Like I guess like the
So
best way to explain it is just like it's upbeat, it's high energy. It's I love a very bassy jazz song as well. Cause like the stand up bass, whether it be that or like percussion or whatever it is, a good like bassy sound I always really enjoy. So
that's interesting. I think well maybe there's like genres of jazz, right?
yeah.
And I'm not proclaiming myself as the
Oh yeah, we got
jazz
Mr. Jazz
expert.
over here. Yeah,
You know, well, we do have Mr. Jazz, so maybe he can
I do know Mr. Jazz. Yeah,
tune in on this. We know a very talented musician.
yeah,
But I think there's like genres. So like you say, there's the upbeat, you know, crazy type that gets you in a groove, but there's also the nonsense rule breaking like not modern jazz, but you know what I mean, where they're
yes.
like
Which now
and
we
they're
can
just like
circle
bring
back
it.
around to that story that I talked about at the beginning.
That's different. That's beat making and producing. That's okay.
Oh
So
man, that was some
well,
avant-garde jazz shit, man. That was
yeah,
scary.
whatever you say, man. He
Do you want to
said,
explain it?
okay,
Do you want to explain the story?
yeah, I will explain it from my perspective. Is this dude, our roommate? I was driving them back from whatever we were coming back from, and I put on my music taste doesn't change. The like situation doesn't dictate my music taste. I'll just put on my playlist of what I'm grooving with, and then that's it. So at the time, it was this dude named DJ Harrison. Because there was no lyrics, it was just him producing beats and just making stuff. I think they unlisted it off Spotify.
Good man. That's some ninth level hell, circle of hell shit, man. That was crazy.
So they never indicated to me that they disenjoyed it or that they didn't like
He was grabbing his head and screaming in
he
the
was
car.
grabbing his head.
He was grabbing his head
screaming.
and like, ah!
But he told me later, at a later point, that it was he like enjoyed it. So yeah, I put on. I can't even find the album anymore. It might have been Stash Box. I don't know.
An important part,
But
I'm not sure if he's going to say it. Me and then also the roommate that we're driving home, both blasted, right? pretty blasted off of this party that we're coming back from.
yeah, yeah, you guys were. And yeah, because I had the car and because they trusted my music taste, they were like, just put on, whatever.
Anything,
So I
man.
did, yeah. So I did this DJ Harrison, and it was I
You can't even explain it. You
it
can't even
it's
explain
odd.
it.
Well, it's because it's a groovy, not groovy beat, but
No,
it's
it
like
was
a
not.
I really can't explain it. He's
Exactly.
created something interesting. It's like techno. It's a bit techno, but it's also groovy funk type
Yeah.
deal. But it's like neo pop funk techno thing where he's on his tools and I'm sure it's just produced on a laptop or whatever and he's just doing his stuff, but he turns it into like this crazy symphony of whatever. And I vibe with it.
He was
But
vibing
what
hard
he
in the car,
what
yeah.
he told me afterwards was that song had melted his brain.
Yeah. No, it
So
was
it wasn't. He never indicated to me that it was a negative melt or a positive melt. But he did have me play DJ Harrison again. I know that he likes DJ Harrison.
I think okay,
Uh,
from the perspective of the person that, gone and also the person that was in the car on the ride back, right? The best way I can explain it is perhaps you can like help me if you catch on what I'm saying. Like in cartoons or like in movies when a person like hits their head and like there's like sounds around their head and like it's like a circle behind them and they're like can you picture what I'm saying? And
I
basically it's
did.
just so much noise that they're like
I would check on you guys in the rear view. Sometimes I would just look back and like make sure my baby boys were okay. So, and then I did look back at him once, and he was just like agape, like tweaking, like mouth agape, tweaking out
hands on
from
his
the
head.
music.
Hands
Yeah,
on his
hands on his
head.
head.
I think that was the
And
scariest part. When I saw him, I was like, is
I
he
don't,
good?
I don't have a great sound system. It might be aftermarket because I bought my car like aftermarket, but
Yeah.
it's Bose. I'm not saying it's amazing, but it's not bad
No, it
either.
was pretty good. His
It's
car system was
yeah,
pretty
it's
good, yeah.
yeah, it's pretty good. So if you are in that state of mind, and if my car system does its job, which it can, yeah, conceivably it could melt his brain. I see.
I can see how that's a possibility in the world, yeah.
Yeah, but later, I mean, at later dates, he's been like, same situation. He's just been like, put it on.
Dude, put that shit on, please.
You gotta put it
I'm
on.
cooked
So,
right now. Put that
but it's
avant-garde shit on.
okay, but it's cool. It's like jazz fusion pop funk. So if anyone is interested in that type of thing, I would recommend off DJ Harrison off
It's like
Smashbox.
country techno, classical. Yeah. No.
I'll never share anything with you ever again.
Yeah.
Okay, Erica's Gun, Dill is a Claire, and Block Party for Y'all are three songs that are not like what we just described. They're very kicked back. It's a beat that anyone can use genuinely, and they could put lyrics over. So it's just cool if you want to listen to stuff and you want to hear people talk. You just want to vibe out, which is what I mainly use music for. That's good stuff. I've been talking for a really, really long time. What do you listen to? What
What do I
type of
listen to?
music? What was your come up?
Have you heard of Coco Melon? I listen to a lot of Coco Melon whenever
That's
I'm
fine.
stressed out.
That's so fine.
So when I
So
was
real.
when I was younger, a lot of the stuff that I would listen to was admittedly not as as groovy and as cool as what Matt listened to. Up until probably eighth grade. I know for a fact eighth grade. I basically listened to exclusively like pop and like. Okay, this is very important for me. Early 2010 club bangers.
Okay.
Pitbull,
Yeah.
Usher, Ray J, just kidding, not Ray J, no. Enrique Iglesias, Flo Rida, like Zed, like all of those like type of people, the people that would like turn up at the clubs. Those were my favorite songs, like my favorite genre, right? Up until 8th grade, then I finally, I joined the basketball team. This sounds so crazy. I joined the basketball team, and the team liked to listen to rap in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
And so I was shown a lot of that. And I think the first like song of like rap that I was like, holy cow, is this cool? Is this actually pretty sick? Because the thing is, my grandma and my dad both did like oh, you mean that rap crap stuff? So I was like, oh, that shit's bad. Yeah. It was a 2 Chainz song. It was a Watch I Love It. What is that? What is that song?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. What is that song?
Yeah.
Watch I Love It.
I don't remember the. Yeah, I don't
whoever
remember
knows,
know
if you can comment, it's the 2 Chainz songs. The Watch a Little Bit, you should know right off the gate, which will, if you know. But yeah, so that was the first song, and I started expanding, right? And within the past 4 to 5 years, I would say that I've become pretty diverse in what I listen to, right? Like, I think first of all, my favorite songs, I'll give you like 2 to 3 for different reasons. I think my favorite song that I could listen to every single day forever is Hotel California by the Eagles. I think that song is close to, if not perfect, right? I heard you speaking up. Did you have a...
Well, that song's kind of interesting to me because they had us in like English lit like in school once, like dissect it, and so it was cool. What was interesting was it was like one of the first times I actually got to analyze a piece of music, and I could be like, oh, something is going on here that's that's not just the guitar, and it's not just the what you mean he's trapped here, you mean he can't leave
so
here?
do you take a... Is it, in your opinion, is Hotel California, is it based off of Hell or is it a cult? Because those are the two ones that I've always thought it was. It's either a cult or a Hell.
It's probably Hell. Yeah,
or
I would say Hell. But it could also fit in a cult too. It's easy to get there. You can check in easily, but once you're in, you can never leave. So it's a pretty fitting thing. What's also could fit for a lot of things.
Yeah. No, that song is close to perfect for me. Right. That was one of the first times. That was one of the first things. So. Listen, I'm not good. Matt played a joke on it earlier, but I play guitar a little bit. I haven't recently. I have an electric Fender Squier and then an acoustic something, right? And the 2 songs that I wanted to play the most were just the intro to Hotel California, right? I'm not you know, and then also Crazy Train. And I will say, I am not bad at Crazy Train at this point. I can lay it down. For sure.
You're cooking on that thing.
Just that, I would say that one song.
Because I've listened to you play for like the last couple of years, and it's like you've gotten noticeably.
Oh yeah, it's still bad. Yeah, it's still bad. But I went from
still terrible.
I went from like level 1 ear grinder into like a level 10 out of 100, maybe note player is what I'll say, right? So yeah, I love Hotel California. Love the Eagles. My grandma loved the Eagles, so the time that I spent with her, we were listening to a lot of that. And then also now, for a different reason, this is a very different song. One of my favorite songs is "Don't Like" by Chief Keef. Right now, big switch up. Right, the reason that is I played football all through high school, right, and that was my hype up song. And to this day, anytime that I'm, lifting in the gym, like going for a max on something, or gonna do something difficult, like physically, that is the song that I will continuously listen to get me like pumped up. Right? There's a funny story actually. Anybody that plays sports knows that in your senior year, you get this thing called your senior game, right? Where essentially all of the players on your team that are a senior get to play no matter what. Essentially, like, even like if they're really, really bad, they get to play. Usually the team will choose an opposition team, right, that is bad. So that way you win no matter what on your senior day, right? We were playing our senior game, and I was listening to that song, and one of my good friends in high school came up to me and he gave me this drink. He was like, dude, like, here's some pre for you. I was like, okay, cool. What's in it? He was like, don't worry about it. Just some pre.
Don't worry about it.
Yes. He said, don't worry about it. A, a normal amount of caffeine is 1 scoop of pre-workout, right?
Yeah.
That will equate to maybe like 200 to 300 milligrams, right? For like a pre-workout, like heavy dose of caffeine, right? This guy put in 2 scoops of pre-workout, and the base, instead of being water, which it always should be, he used a Bang Energy. So through my heart was going like 800 to 900 milligrams of caffeine, and it hurt. I was shaking the whole game. That's game. Crazy. And
he laced you, bro.
He did lace me. And so, yeah, of course, this all ties back to me getting pumped up with by Don't Like. But the craziest part is we were beating the other team so badly that he took all the starters out. I was a starter. So he took me out of the game at halftime. And I still had that shit running through my body. So for an entire half of the game, I was just standing on the sideline shaking heavily. And the coach one point came up to me, he was like, are you good, dude? Like, why are you shaking? I was like, I don't know, man. Because like in the moment, I didn't know like why. But I like, my friend revealed to me later like what it was. So I knew at that point, I knew what happened. I was like, I don't know. I don't feel good though. I feel like I'm about to like explode. But yeah, it was bad.
Did you tell on him?
Did I tell on him? Yeah, I was like,
did you tell on him?
Coach, you gotta get rid of this guy. He's dangerous. But yeah, so okay, we love those 2 songs for different reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
I
remember because you were on JV when I went to Frosh.
Yeah.
So we were on different teams, but the same school. So you were getting laced in the locker room. I also had the speaker, so I was responsible for my team's jams.
Okay, yeah.
So I would take requests, but when no one said anything, I would do like 50 Cent, Ice Cube, Tupac, like gangster rap. I ain't a killer, but don't push me, like the 14-year-olds listening to
yeah,
crazy.
Keep in mind also primarily Caucasian. Where we live,
that's
so the 14-year-old Caucasian kids,
which I'm not. So there I was listening to many men wish death upon me, blood in my eyes, dog, I can't see, and they would be like, Matt, could you put on Broccoli by Dram? So it would turn from like the murder rap and if you know Broccoli, if you don't know Broccoli by Dram, it's a very light song. It's little, like these tinky piano.
Yeah.
And that's like the beat, and it's like, hello mama, would you like to be my sunshine? It's like this very
different vibe than Tupac and Diddy and Nas. You probably put on Nas a lot too. You're good.
Diddy. What? R. Kelly. No. Nas, yeah, I love that.
Yeah. But also recently,
guys are good.
I think you told me that you like this a lot. I think a little bit different. I have recently found heavy love for Spanish music, right? Because you said you like mariachi, don't you?
They're cooking. Mariachi does good stuff.
I like the opposite end where it's like Peso Pluma, like Kali Uchis, those types of like pop people. I think there's this album by Peso Pluma. I think his most recent one called Genesis. That album is crazy, man. That album has some crazy songs. I think the best part about like the Spanish music, I love tuba. I love a good tuba in a song, and they always seem to have tuba in there.
They provide. I like, so the mariachi is cool, but also like the dudes that just get up on stage, like the one dude with a band, like Chelino Sanchez, who just like and then they just start cooking like one man, one voice, and they do the grito.
Is it the laugh?
the laugh, but and the other, I'm unable to do it.
To replicate the sound,
but it's a cool sound.
I'm not sure that's it, but
you can't do it either. You're not going to do it either.
Mine was just a laugh.
Even if I don't know what they're saying, sometimes because I'm not fluent, but I know a bit.
I know
It's
that there's
still good
talking.
music because
I know.
yeah, because I know there's somewhere at some point there was some dude on that tuba
Was cooking. That
that
was
was
cooking.
tearing it up.
Do you
He
know the
was tearing it
story
up.
about that one? I forgot his name. It was a Spanish speaker. I'm sorry, it was a Spanish artist, right? And basically, the story goes he was here. Wait, singer. He was essentially told not to sing a song. Sing
It's
us.
Chileno Sanchez. That's just who I
Is
told
that
you about.
is that who it is?
Yeah,
Who got
yeah,
killed after?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Chileno Sanchez. That's what I knew. I was like, that name sounds familiar. The story goes, for who doesn't know that, right? He was performing in front of the cartel, right? That's how it is. And like
I'm pretty
cartel
sure. Yeah, he
families
was.
and like dangerous people, right? He was told not
Mhm.
to sing a specific song, right? It was in 1992. I have it right
Yeah,
here. May 15th, 1992. During a concert of his, an audience member reportedly handed him the note, which he read and immediately paled because the note was rumored to contain a death threat telling him that he would not leave the venue alive. Oh, okay. You see, I always thought that it was he was told not to sing a song, and then he sang it anyways. But it's saying
yeah,
here that apparently it was a threat, like that you're gonna die regardless, because he did die. The artist
yeah.
did die that night.
That's true. They got him,
They did get
but
him.
he they got him. But he had good music in that whole genre of, I don't even know how you describe it, but just the dude singing and the, because you don't get that in like Western. They're still in the West, but like American
Yeah.
produced music, you don't have a dude hitting those high notes or like going doing the grito or doing whatever.
No.
But so they're doing cool stuff over there. Uh,
That story is
what
so crazy to me though, because like, and then he continued the performance. You know, have you seen the video of him getting the note?
I have,
For
yeah, I have seen the video.
anybody
It's
that
very
like hasn't seen the video, it's not dangerous to watch. Like you don't see anything violent, but the video is honestly it's haunting because you see a note getting passed to the singer. He opens it, he reads it, and you can tell the immediate like shift of like the energy. Right, he like wipes his head. He's immediately just put off guard, and well, for good reason because it was a threat and a threat that was unfortunately followed through upon. It was crazy, but yeah.
it's very sad. What do you? I mean, what are you listening to like now? Like what's in your rotation?
Here, let's see. I listen to on Spotify. I listen to BBT. That's one thing I listen to.
Yeah, that's what you should. So before you listen to any of our music recommendations, you have to listen
Listen
to
to
every single
us. Yeah.
podcast, every single one.
Let's see. After watching that video, I've been listening to a lot of the Bee Gees.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I record the gameplay footage you see is not just me sitting in silence playing video games. I can't really do that anymore. I guess because of my
Aging.
Zoomer brain. Yeah, brain rot. Attention deprived brain, but I listen to music. But a lot of the time the music doesn't reflect like what you're seeing in the game.
No.
So for example, the
Our first
first game
episode.
was
It was first episode. We love the
Space
Space
Marine.
Marine. Yeah.
Space Marine. Yeah. So take any moment in that video, it would fit. So I'm just like cutting up aliens and cooking and whatever. But I would be listening to the Bee Gees sing their one of their little love songs, or I would be listening to SZA, or let's see what's in my rotation recent. Sade. When I was next to you, I knew you were the one for me. It's in like the MF Doom
Yeah.
song. She
Yeah.
was an artist in the '80s. That's cool. She's I don't know, but I what was I trying?
Well, because no,
I
because
listen to stuff
he
that,
listens
yeah.
to crazy, very different stuff that does not fit the vibe, right? So he was showing me the footage of what was being like recorded in the first video, the Space Marines, and it was the song by the Bee Gees. Where is it? I just had it right here. It was the song. Where the heck did it go? Love You Inside and Out, right? Like
Yes,
love
yeah, by the Bee Gees.
you inside. Yeah, so that video was so funny because it just did not match the stuff at all. So I've listened to a lot of Bee Gees. I've listened to a lot of Smino to get ready for that concert, right?
Hmm. What do
uh,
you
yeah.
what recently, like albums specifically or
Oh, yeah. I was listening
songs,
to
other stuff?
his most recent album, the what is it, like the Neverland?
Was it Love for Rent? Or
Not no, the one
does
after
he have
that.
another one?
Yeah, there was. Oh, are you serious?
Uh,
There's a maybe a Nirvana. That one really
was
was released
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
yeah, yeah,
February.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Dear Grandma, we met Coachella.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one's pretty short, but I like that album a lot. Been listening to. So recently, I went to Miami. Like I said last episode, if you listen to it on Spotify, not on YouTube, I went to Miami last episode, right, or before last episode. So
Yeah,
to prepare
before
for
last
that,
episode.
I was listening to a lot of Pitbull and like club party music to get ready for it, only to find out they don't even play him there. When I got there, they
Well,
didn't play
they
a
don't
single
mess
lick
with
of him. I'm not
mess
sure if
with
they don't
Pitbull.
mess with him. I'm just saying they didn't play him at all while I was there, and I was preparing
That's very
very wrongly.
well. Maybe it's just like maybe it's like amateur hour over there, Pitbull, because Miami is like
Yeah, yeah, I think it
the
was
party, the place to go party. So maybe there's
my
like, oh,
my
dude,
little
Pitbull is
kid.
still
Yeah.
rookie. Yeah, yeah. Take me to the hotel room. We've heard it 1,000 times, man.
Thanks,
We're gonna
buddy.
play like the new, yeah, the
My
new crazy
I
stuff.
can't believe I haven't brought this up. My favorite artist, my most listened to artist last year, according to Spotify, is Rihanna. So
I was
three
gonna say that earlier.
three very
And
different people, like like Hotel California, the Eagles, Chief Keef, and then Rihanna. The song I think the most listened to song was S and M by her. You know,
you would play that when in the apartment when you would bring your speaker into the
I
shower with
did
you,
every
and you
day, every day.
there was a 90% chance that every day I would hear S and M by Rihanna from
Or
you.
just Rihanna in general. I would say if you listen just to Rihanna in general,
Or yeah,
95%.
Rihanna
A
in
good
general, yeah.
95%.
Or some form of Chief Keef every
No,
day.
that's not fair. I don't listen to that. I don't have that much Chief Keef. I have maybe like
Chief
five
Keef.
songs in the
You
rotation
don't
on
need
that.
that much Chief Keef. You be repeating songs often. S and M 700 times.
And I also it's weird. I'll find these random songs that don't fit any other type of vibe that I like listen to, and I'll like like there's one song, the Mulan soundtrack. I'll Make a Man Out of You.
Oh,
Bomb song,
yeah.
amazing song, right? Or there's this EDM song that yeah, I forgot this what's it called? Last New Year's I went to this as a rave essentially called Decadence with my girlfriend, right? So I went and I brought a lot of stuff like that, and to get ready for that, obviously I was into EDM. There's a song like Sunlight by Mode Step, like a lot. Or for example, Tonight I'm Effing You by Enrique Iglesias, like I said, early 2010 club banger. That one's also fire.
Real.
Okay, now I feel like we won't have too much to say about this. We're not super big, or maybe I won't speak for you. I'll let you challenge me. We're not super big country guys, right? To give you like I don't think I've bleeped it out. So I think we're in like the western half of the U.S., right? So we're in,
Yeah.
I would say, like a very western part of the U.S. where country music is essentially played night and day around the
The
clock.
norm, yeah. You're hard pressed to find a bar or like a club that's not doing like country
Some type of country
stuff.
here, yeah.
Yeah, at least in our local vicinity.
Mm,
I can't stand it. I
okay.
don't like the people that do it. I don't like the what do you call it?
Message, sound.
Their message, their just what their essence kind of. I don't like
Okay.
the cowboy type deal. Like the actual cowboys are cool, but if you're doing the thing that you're just dressing up to do the music, which a lot of them do,
Who's that one guy that's the worst of it? Morgan Wallen, right? He
Taylor Swift.
okay, she is not even country anymore. She's not even country anymore. She was in her beginning, but I would say that she is a step and a half away from.
You UFW her?
I do
Taylor
not
Swift?
FW Taylor Swift. I've been pressed. I've been pressed about that too.
I know you've been pressed. I know you've gone to war over it.
I have, yeah. One of our friends, old girlfriends, was a humongous fan. Humongous. Matt, after the few times that you met her, did you ever hear her not talking about Taylor Swift?
Well, like I hadn't even met her before, but
Yeah, keep
her
in mind, our
reputation had
friend's girlfriend or ex
yeah,
girlfriend.
yeah,
Yeah,
our friends, yeah. So I hadn't met her before, but on like her reputation had seeped into our lives, and I had known already that this was a pretty sensitive topic to bring up. So, and then yeah, of course, when I met her, I heard Taylor Swift stuff over and over again
and
the
ooh,
entire night.
my head would hurt, dude. My head would hurt bad. My head would hurt bad every time. Not because like she was fine, she was very pleasant, but anytime that she came up and like talked to me, it's like she had to talk about Taylor Swift. And you know, it's not that I dislike her off of her music. I mean, I'm not a big fan, right? But I played it up heavy. I played it up a lot. I was like, I can't stand her shit. Her shit's bad. You know, I start getting a little bit of a twang in my voice whenever I talk about her.
Yeah.
But I will say about country, I don't like it most of the time. There's a couple songs and a couple artists where I'm like, you know, not too bad, right? Unfortunately, which for reasons I will not get into, I I like Tyler Childers. Do you know who that is?
I have no clue who that is.
Tyler Childers, I would say he makes like I will say this is maybe alternative country is I guess a good way to put it. He's not heavy on like the twang, right? His
Okay.
voice is country, right? He's from like the Appalachian Mountains, so he has that certain like kind of sound to him. I like his music a lot. Some other people, I don't mind some of Luke Combs songs, right? Like there's that one
Yeah.
song, where he's like, that that girl left me, now my life is good. What is that song called?
I have no clue.
Okay, but yeah, I don't mind country that much. It sounds like you will not listen to it. I have been.
I
I also have a bad taste in my mouth from a country bar that Matt and I have both went to. It was the same night that we both went. Right? Do you remember the story? Have you heard the story?
No, I haven't heard this story.
So, ironically, the bar was called Matt's. How have you not heard this? You've
What
heard
is
this.
this? What are you talking?
I'm
What are
sure
you talking
you'll
about?
you'll notice. Yeah. So we went to this bar in the place that we're from called Matt's. Right. It's a very very country bar. Like if you walked in, you'd be like, "Oy." You'd probably get some like rust on your teeth. Honestly, some dirt in your mouth just by walking into the place.
Sure, yeah.
So we walk in, me and Matt. This is big reveal right here. We're both not white, right? Big
Oh, I'm not
reveal.
listening anymore. I'm not listening.
Yeah,
I'm
our viewer
unsubscribing.
base cut in half. Oh no! What the heck? It'd be funny if I see like the logistics on like the statistics, and like right at this
Yeah.
moment, the viewership drops to
Viewership
like
viewership fallen by
tanks.
zero by 100,000%.
Yeah, so we're both now white,
Unsubscribe.
right? We have being from where we're from, we have a lot of white friends here, right? So we go into this bar. Matt went up to the actual bar to order a drink, and I'm standing with two of our white friends, right? This elder, this elderly gentleman. Have you seriously not heard this? This is crazy.
I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
yeah.
I know what you
This
just that
elderly
makes me
gentleman
upset.
walks
I
up
was
to
I was
us.
distracted by someone had approached me from an old
You
classmate was
too?
talking to me.
Oh,
So
okay,
yes,
okay.
so I missed the actual interaction,
Yes.
but I remember this happening
His
behind
back
my
was
back. Yeah.
turned. He was literally right there. He just did. Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Unfortunately, ooh, it would have been fun. But so this elderly gentleman walks up to us, and I think this is gonna be where we cut off after the end of the story too. Walks up
Okay.
to our friends and I, and he looks at me and he was like, "You're a little bit different, aren't you, boy?" Oh, let me try to redo that. You're a little bit different, aren't you, boy? I'm like, whoa, what the heck? Keep in mind, I like this is not first time. Like I don't mind. It's not in the sense that I like it, but as long as I'm not in danger or like literally in the physical danger in that moment, I like messing with them, Not because I think that it's okay to like talk to someone like that, but I'm not gonna change this old person's mind on anything. So I want to mess with them. He's like, "You're a little bit different, aren't
Even
you,
if
boy?" I'm like, "Oh, what the heck? Okay." Uh, I was like, "What do you mean?" Keep in mind, I knew what he meant, right? He like points to
yeah,
my friend or two friends. He's like, "You're from here, and you're from here, like the place that we live." He's like, "Where the hell are you from, though?" I was like, "My God, he's fucking." He's like, he's in my face about this. So I lied to him. I was like, "I'm from Tijuana," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm in Tijuana right now. I'm just visiting here." And so I told him, I was like, I go up to school up in Oregon, but I can't stand those people up there. And he was like, "Oh, what the heck?" I'm immediately just messing with him, like his perspective of like who I should be, you know. And
yeah.
so he talks to us for a little bit, and the one of the weirdest stuff happens. He shook my hand, right, and then as he was turning, like he turned away, and he immediately after shaking my hand, like wiped it from his shirt down to his pants to like rid his hand of like me, right,
Of your filth.
of my filthy,
It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Oh my god, I would have given anything to see that. I
can't-
hate that I missed
I
that.
know it was great, and hearing Tim McGraw in the back as this is all going on, the country definitely. It's not that I don't like country, but country don't like me. Is a good way to put that.
That's that's fair. Yeah. It's not it's the music of them.
Okay.
Well, you
Yeah.
clearly you just got pressed.
I did
You just
get
got
pressed
pressed by
here.
that guy, and that is his spot. I can guarantee you that's where he hangs,
That
man,
is
because
where he hangs at. That's his
he
haunt.
was comfortable enough to be there. And I guarantee you there was more than one person like that in there.
I'll say, if we even take out just the non-aggressive people, I would still be outnumbered probably 10-1 in that place, right?
Yeah.
And I think that really
Our
does
friends
come
with
down to like why it is kind of tough to listen to sometimes, is because like not that any medium is made for someone and you can't enjoy it, but it's definitely made tailored towards a certain like demographic, and I'm just not part of the demographic, and
that's another important thing is sometimes it's just not made for you.
yeah, sometimes it's just not, and you can always find enjoyment in stuff that's not made for you, like for example, I'm not a child, but I still enjoy watching Ethos Lab, right? Like Minecraft videos, But
And
if it's
listening
if
to
it's
Cooking.
exactly, if sometimes though it's a little bit too much to overlook, that being one
Right.
instance. So yeah,
If we got in a fight there, we would have got cooked.
we would have gotten cooked. We
We
would
would
have
have gotten.
gotten cooked.
There's nothing we would have been able to do.
And the thing that I know for a fact is that if we did get into a fight there, people from the woodworks that didn't even know the old guy would have jumped in on his side
On
without
his
asking
side, we
nothing.
would have been at a disadvantage. Do you think our friends would have helped us, or do you
No,
think
they would have
would've
jumped
been
on their
like,
side. He would have
we don't
joined
know
the, he
that.
would have joined the enemy.
Get him!
Get him! Round him up! Yeah, so
It's scary. Well, not scary, but sometimes down there, if you're not
if you're not careful, it might make
careful.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time I was down there with my friend and with my friends, and one of them was like, "Matt, go like cut the line on these dudes." And there was a group of like 6 of them, and I was like, I was,
You
"Are
want me
you
hung? Yeah,
trying to
you
get
want
me
me
killed? Are
hung?
you trying to get me killed?" Like, I'm the
How about doing
I'm
that
the
shit,
only
man?
yeah.
They
It's
know my
just me
face.
here. Like you're not gonna help fight. You're like 5 foot, bro. You're not gonna. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna get jumped. That
I'm gonna
place
get
can
jumped.
be a little spooky sometimes. I wanna end with. I'll start first. Go to your like songs and give like 5 recommendations.
Okay.
Okay. So what I've been listening to recently, I will start with Some Girl by Gold Link featuring Steve Lacy. It's laid back R&B type deal. I Live for You by George Harrison. It sounds like the guitar is yodeling, which is crazy. Blow My High by Kendrick is off section 80. It has a crazy bass line. Payday by Bando featuring Isaiah Rashad because he starts spitting there. And do something by Erica Badu. Do Bag Lady, Erica Badu.
Sounds
Okay, your
good.
turn.
Well, thank you. Okay, mine are, I'll make this quick. Death Don't Have No Mercy by Reverend Gary Davis. His guitar playing is crazy on there. Time in a Bottle by Jim Croce, one of my favorite songs as well. Let's see, what do I have this? There is The Way I Are by Timbaland.
Ooh, that's a cool.
That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Side note: one time I showed my little cousin. She was like, "What are you listening to, Matt?" And I showed her "The Way I Are" by Timberland. And she was like, "You like that?" And she made me feel weird about liking that song. It's a good song. It's good.
It's a good song. Yes, it's a very good song.
Thank you. There's at least one more listener.
Woman by Wolfmother. I like that. It's very rocky, but I like it a lot. Was that 3? That doesn't really matter. Let's see. What's some recent ones? Sir Duke by Stevie Wonder. That's a great song. And then I will end off with a song that I've cried to recently, which I don't really cry to songs too much, is DTMF by Bad Bunny. That song is sad as hell when you know what it's being talked about. So yeah, go look it up. Go look up the reasons of what he's talking about, and then cry along with me. Okay, well, thank you, Matt. This is another episode of Big Boy Talk, and we're some big